so and then build, and then just, you know, hopefully lift enough so it makes it impossible for Dubai to take the weight that he needs. I mean, Dubai looks strong, but you know, there's some doubt on the psychological side, and I think and that was before he saw the snatch of 158 from Martirosyan. So I don't know how he's feeling now.
Probably a little bit sick, I would think, because the mind games are happening now.
Yeah, and he's probably asking himself the question, well, you know, Martirosyan, you know, has improved on the snatch from the last time we saw him. Perhaps he's improved on the clean and jerk as well. So 164 flashing on the board. That's the first weight,
and that looks like 175 right at the top of the board.
And Dubai down there at 185. So 10 kilo difference, but remember the lead at the moment 13 kilos.
I'm absolutely certain that what Martirosyan has got to do is to come in and get that total and not be over extravagant.
I agree. Yeah, he's got to play the cards well, play the attempts well, not put too much pressure on himself, but all the pressure on Dubai. So, Trasher.
Yeah, a little way to go now. Gert Trasher in 6th place, 18 kilos. That's a long way back, but he is relatively inexperienced, Gert Trasher. Interesting to see how high he can work his way up the table. So 164. And he did 166 in the Junior Worlds. Oof. Oh no!
Well, it's interesting because when we cut back, I actually saw him doing his last warm-up on the clean and jerk, and the first thing that struck me was that he was having trouble standing up with the weight. So he's you know, if you have, I mean, this isn't technical. This is strength. Look, he doesn't have the leg strength, or it doesn't seem as if he's got the leg strength to stand up. So it makes you wonder what's going on with his coaches. Maybe he had to come down too much body weight, or maybe they've just overestimated him and not judged the warm-up right.
Well, 68.45 suggests, David, that the body weight wasn't necessarily an issue. But as you say,
mind you, he was posted at 160. He did actually come down from 165 to 164.
Yeah, well, so I agree with you. I think they might have misjudged it. It would have been better to have come in at, say, 162
or even 160. Yeah, get a lift in and then build from there. And it is awful. I mean, I can tell you from experience, if you've come down in weight and then you go out on the clean and jerk, and even though you've got 2 minutes, you've got to follow yourself. It's so tough because the recovery on the clean and jerk takes much longer than the snatch. So ideally, you really don't want to follow yourself. And there's the leader after the snatch, just at the beginning of his warm-up, posted to start on 175, so we won't be seeing him for a while.
Question at weightlifting.de is our email address. And onto the stage comes Gert for his second attempt. Time is not an issue. Strength certainly is.
He doesn't have any spare leg strength, so to actually do this lift, he's got to do what Tom Gugerberger did earlier in the week. He's got to hit that bottom position exactly right. So he's got to use the pull so that he can sort of catch the bounce, as it were, and just hope there's enough to drive through. Hits the bounce and squeezes through.
Yeah.
Yep, perfect that time. Now. And I'm glad he's got that one, because I think if he'd missed that again and had to follow himself again, he'd have really been in trouble. So he's got a total, 304. And an opportunity to try and add a couple of kilos.
Yeah, he's not leading though, because Dimitrios Minasidis of Cyprus, actually from the B group, he has a total of 305 in the overall competition, so they've got to surpass him, but it won't be that long. Interesting to note that in the B group today, David, was Ekrem Khalil of Turkey, and he totaled 303 kilos. Ekrem Khalil, a two-time European champion for Turkey, won the title in and again in 2004, and only in the B.
Interesting.
Well, it just tells you the statement about the Turks. They are not what they were, and I think it's self-evident as to why they are not what they were.
Oof. Oh, what was that all about? That was sort of a half split, half power jerk.
I'll tell you what, David.
He's not looking focused, is he?
For the moment, that first attempt, you remember in the snatch?
He just doesn't look.
He's just lost
on
it.
His game, is he?
He's lost it. That first attempt has actually mentally.
The clean, look, rounded on the clean, but had the leg strength to stand up. And then I've no idea what he's doing on the jerk. That just it's not a split. It's not a power jerk. It's I don't know what it is.
No. But he's, his hips are way behind. There's no way he's going to do that.
Looks dangerous, actually. I mean, look at where his legs are.
Yeah.
And the way he's splitting, he's going onto the sort of slippery rubber where the weights are. So failure and look, sort of dangerous technique, really.
So Demetrios Minasidis of Cyprus, he had the best clean and jerk earlier in the day, 170 kilos. So he's actually the leader in the clean and jerk rankings and leader in the overall at the moment, 305 kilos. But remember the totals entered. Dabaya looking for 337, Mrazaev 335, Demir Demirev 336, and it's very interesting. Marty Rossian put down his entry total, David, at 320. Which, tells a story about the clean and jerk. And it'll be, 176, it'll be very interesting to see Marty Rossian's first clean and jerk. It'll tell us a lot.
Well, if he gets to the 175, he's well, actually, no, I don't think the 175 would give it. I think Dubai could do 188.
Yeah.
I think he could do 188, but I think once you start getting to the 190s, then you're in trouble. We're talking about in trouble. This man's in trouble. Missed his first snatch, then got it, and then took a fairly big jump to try and reconcile things. But this is looking very, very heavy. And, well, he did it, but that wasn't the prettiest of lifts.
No, it doesn't have to be, though. 165, but again, first attempt given away. And it's just so costly. I mean, whatever ambitions he might have had, disappeared.
Knee came in. I'm amazed he doesn't get injured knees with those kind of. Well, having said that, he's very tall for a 69 kilo lifter. I think he'd be much better as a 77 or an 85er. Because I saw him out in the. I mean, you can't tell how tall these guys are. A lot of them are much smaller than you would think. But he's about the same height as me. He's around about 5'8", which is very, very tall for a 69 kilo athlete.
So looks as if nobody wants 167. Yeah, the bar going up to 167 for Alexandra Rosu of Romania's first attempt. Now Rosu way down at the halfway stage on 137 kilos.
Representing Romania, Gert Russia will be the next lifter.
Well, this is raw talent, isn't it? Just 20 years of age for Romania.
Yes, another 2012 man. And I think probably at 77, not 69. Good. So that's
that's good.
Good lift.
Yeah.
So he's got a total on the board. A couple of attempts left to move forward.
Yeah, he just pops into third place ahead of Giorgio De Luca. At the moment, it's still Minasidis of Cyprus, 305 in the total, and then Alexandra Rosu, 304. Then Ekrem Yalil, 303. Kat Trasher now.
So I just said on air that I was 5'8". Just had a text message from a friend of mine, a fellow weightlifter, said 5'8", are you dreaming? All right, 5'7.5", and that's it. I'm going no lower.
But we all look down on you. So 167 for third and final attempt. This for 307. No, not to be. Hips behind.
Just too heavy. Did well to get the 164 in, really.
Yeah, really struggled with the clean. Yeah, as you said, David, just too heavy.
Did well to clean it, actually.
Alexandra Dudoglu for Moldavia. His first attempt at 168 kilos, carrying 145 kilos forward from the snatch phase.
Well, he came in very, very high on the snatch, and I think he's done the same on the clean and jerk. Coach is really testing him. But a good second phase.
Yeah, and again, teenager. So 313, and goes into the top position. Minisidis of Cyprus now deposed from that. But you're right, David. I mean, he was asked a big question straight off there, but he answered it.
Yeah, perhaps they're just deciding to put him under some pressure and just see how he responds.
Must say, good crowd in the house tonight. Just about as busy as it's been on any night.
It's almost full. It's good. So 170. 170 kilos, around about 380 pounds. So we're creeping up towards that 400. I know we're supposed to be kilos now, but I always like pounds because it sounds heavier, doesn't it? You know, 180 kilos, 400 pounds. Which one would you prefer to lift? So cleans well. Needs to hold.
Yeah, needs to get the feet straight, which he has. And good second effort. But that is just the minimum 2 kilo increase. And sorry, it's not actually, it's 3 kilos. 3 kilos takes him to 307, puts him into second place overall, but in the lead in the clean and jerk. And looks like might be Giorgio De Luca to come out for his third and final attempt. Here he is.
Yeah, I really don't like watching this guy. He scares me. He's too tall for this weight class.
I think this is a case of what might have been for him. But you're right, I mean, another year or two.
Another stone or two. His knee came in on the clean on the 165, and then he did that sort of weird jerk technique.
Well, if he can get this up, well, how much has that taken out of him? You can just see he's right on the limit.
No. Good effort though. I actually wouldn't have put any money on him cleaning that. So he did well, gave it his all. I think didn't seem that focused today though.
No, from the very moment
that failure on that first snatch, absolutely, it all sort of went wrong after that, didn't it?
He realised that what he did was completely stupid, and you start kicking yourself. Now, if that stays in your mind, and I think it did stay in his mind, it just affects everything else you do because you've just lost your focus, you've lost your concentration.
And he's managed 2 out of 6.
Yeah.
So low percentage. 33% success, not good enough.
Well, Dudoglu, what you said, David, first attempt he did it, but they were pushing him. Now they've pushed him another 4 kilos.
Well, I think they know he's not going to win the championship, so they're just putting him under a little bit of pressure and seeing what happens. Now, I think he was very strong in the second phase of the jerk, but struggling in the clean. Just seemed to manage to get enough height to get it on his shoulders, and then really had to work to stand up with this weight.
There's a question whether he can actually complete the first element.
Yeah. Pull wasn't great, and
he's got one more go.
Yeah, I mean, he'll have to just catch it just right to get up from that. He doesn't have the reserve leg strength to actually get it a little bit wrong and still stand up.
Stays on 3:13 at the moment. In the lead, if you're just coming in, David Morgan together with myself, David Goldstrom. Early stages, or about a third of the way through the 69 kilo men's European Championship, and still to start their challenge, Afghan Bayramov of Azerbaijan, the defending champion Venceslas Dabaya of France, Demir Demirev, twice European champion for Bulgaria, and his teammate Mehmed Fikretov, the leader at the halfway stage, Tigran Martirosyan of Armenia, and Turan Mirzayev of Azerbaijan. So quite a long way to see how this story unfolds, and it is Bayramov to come in and take his first attempt. So Afghan Bayramov had a long way down, only 9th at the halfway stage, 136 kilos, 14 huge kilos behind Tigran Martirosyan of Armenia, who set a new junior world and junior European record with his third and final snatch, 158 kilos, to lead the defending champion by 13 kilos, Dabaya. That's the measure of the question the Armenian has thrown down to the Frenchman.
So this man snatched 136. Much stronger in this phase, if I remember. Much stronger on the clean and jerk than the snatch.
He's going to need to be.
Well, he's 22 down on the leader. He's not looking for overall medals, but he may be looking for something on the clean and jerk.
I think he'll be looking for 177 if he's lucky.
No. Well, that was the kiss of death, wasn't it? Much better in this than on the snatch.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a very deep split as well.
Yeah, it was deep and his hips were behind. He was never going to recover from that. We just get a chance to look at that from the overhead.
Got an email in from Sebastian Bastek from Poland. Evening to you, Sebastian. Thanks for joining us and watching it. And I gather you've been watching the coverage on Eurosport since the 2002 World Championships in your own hometown. In Antalya. No, 2002 World Championships were in Warsaw. And glad you're enjoying it. You were asking, curious if Julia Rode, 53 kilos, is related to Andre Rode. The answer to that is yes. He's her uncle. And an Olympian. So hopefully that answers your question. Question at infovoice.de, question at weightlifting.de, I should say, is our email address. So do get in touch.
So the bar stays at 173 for the second time of asking. A lot of these athletes are putting themselves under a lot of pressure, aren't they? On the first attempts, they seem to be starting very, very high.
Yeah, I suppose
it's aspirations. It always happens actually before Olympic Games. People just push themselves right to the limit.
Well, for some, they're being asked to do a job for their team. For others, they're not going to the Olympics, so this is their big opportunity of the season. And I'm afraid it's going south for Bayramov. Two failures
now.
Yeah. And I wouldn't put too much of the money that you still owe me on the third attempt.
Actually, I owe you quite a lot of money at the moment, don't I?
You do.
It's
yes.
more than €5, isn't it?
Yes, $500,000, I think.
Half a mil. Yeah.
It's quite an interesting centre here. There's really good sports facilities here in Lignano Sabbiadoro. The swimming pool is absolutely excellent. They've got a 50-metre Olympic pool here, 25-metre pool as well. The Ukrainian national team is training here at this very moment, and I wouldn't be surprised. I haven't spotted them in the audience as yet, but they may well be in before the weekend's out. Last time I was here, there's a British swimming team, lots of mums and dads out with the kids from Gloucester, and I was chatting to them, David, and saying to them, why did you choose to come here? And they said, here in 10 days we can do more than we can achieve in 3 months back in Great Britain.
Really? How did they work that one out?
Well, just the number of sessions they can get in. You know, we don't have 50-metre Olympic pools, you know, in the UK. And the pools that we have got, you know, the access to them isn't that easy. It's ridiculous for a country which keeps boasting of being fourth wealthiest in the world, isn't it?
Mm. Well, we don't really put that much money into sport, do we?
It's quite interesting.
Sometimes the government pretends they put money into certain things, but what the reality of it is that a lot of the money doesn't go where it's supposed to.
The interesting thing is, when you look at the swimming pool from the outside, it's not the most imposing piece of architecture, but you go in and it's fantastic. Pool's great. The swimmers tell us that, you know, the quality of the work they can do is terrific. And as a spectator, you know, unlike some pools where you go in and you're sweating because the atmosphere, they can't get the humidity or the temperature right. Absolutely wonderful.
Well, I'm sure we can do it in our country if we want to. Yeah, we love it when we win, but we don't seem to support our athletes, do we? Not as much as we could. That's better.
Let's support this man. Let's hope he gets this. This is for the total. Come on.
That's better. That was a good recovery. I've got to give that to him.
Yeah.
2 failures absolutely tires you out, that kind of thing. And then he's had to follow himself. It's sort of slowed the competition down a bit because you know, he's taken the full time, which you need to when you're following yourself on a clean and jerk. But he's got a total, so that's good.
But that's good because, you know, I mean, he doesn't allow anything to distract himself, and he's at last got what he needed, which is a total. It's not going to do anything for him in particular in terms of medals. And here we go, Mehmed Fikretov, 175 kilos, and Fikretov.
Yeah, he snatched 140, didn't he? He did very well. He failed on his second on 139.
Yeah.
Didn't flinch really. Decided, well, okay, that was a technical error. I'm going to go 140 anyway, and he did it.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Second Bulgarian. He's the second of the 2 Bulgarians. 5 kilos behind Dabaya. And
6 kilos behind his teammate.
And 18 behind the half-time leader.
Yes.
That's a confident clean. Slides the hands out to make the jerk just a little bit easier, not having to go so far.
And also favours the power jerk. Yeah, it's something that was developed by the Bulgarians, actually. They decided that the closer hand spacing was more advantageous for the clean. And then they worked out that if they took their hands out slightly, the bar doesn't have to go quite as high. So they developed that, and quite a few other athletes have taken that on. Dabaya actually is one of them.
Yeah, this was very good. Best we've seen, I think, so far in the clean and jerk, but a ways to go.
Definitely the most convincing.
Yeah, Fikretov now in the lead, 315 kilos, 2 ahead of Alexandra Dudoglu of Moldavia. Then Bayramov, 309 in 3rd place. Rosu of Romania in 4th on 307. And the man who was in the B group, Minasidis, I beg his pardon, from Cyprus, 305 kilos.
Well, just looking at the board there, and I can see that the Armenian's gone up to 180 now. I don't know if that's sensible or not, David.
Well, this is what I was saying.
Well, time will tell, but I've seen him come in at heavyweights and do really well on the snatch and then fail.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to come in at a heavyweight. He's got a massive lead on the snatch of 13 kilos. He could come in lighter, he could not put too much pressure on himself, build steadily, and then put all the pressure on Dabaya.
Gut feeling, bad move?
Well, having said that, he did look really good on the snatches, so I don't know.
Rosu doesn't get it onto the shoulders, 175. third attempt, stays on 307, currently in fourth position. Dabaya, defending champion. Demir Demirev trying to get a hat-trick of victories still to start. Tigran Martirosyan, the man who has got this serious advantage from the halfway stage, and Turan Mirzaev to begin. But here is Dudoglu, currently in second place now.
He found he succeeded with 168, yeah, which was pretty tough. Then he missed 172.
He's gone to 175.
They're testing him.
Testing him?
Testing him. Yeah, I mean,
what's he done wrong to deserve this?
I don't know. Didn't eat all his Weetabix this morning.
I don't know, he's upset somebody, hasn't he?
Well, fair play.
Oh, that's
cleaned it.
Yeah.
It's excellent now, needs to steady.
Well, I'll give him full marks, 10 out of 10 for the try.
I didn't think he'd clean it.
No.
No, he did well. Gave it 100% effort, didn't bottle. I mean, he just wasn't strong enough to do the lift, but
gutsy.
Gave it everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, so Martirosyan hang on, let's try and work this out.
180. Well, this is going to be a new total record, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm looking at 330. Yeah, 335 is the junior European, and
It's going to be 338, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this will tell the tale, David.
Certainly will.
We've seen him come in at heavyweights before. If he succeeds with this, it means Dabaya needs 193 kilos. For starters, world record stands at 197. That was done by Jiang of China.
Yeah, Zhang Zhuzhong.
So this lift will leave Dabaya needing just 4 kilos short of the world record. Of course, he's still got 2 lifts to come.
Let's wait and see. Is this the right move or the wrong one? 15 seconds. Power clean, power jerk, I should say, and
I think that's. I think we're looking at the new European champion. Can't see Dabaya doing 193.
338 kilos, a new junior European total record, and
yeah, he's certainly gone away, hasn't he? He's gone back to the training hall, and he's put right any faults or any problems that he had.
Now, if he's sensible, David, he's got 2 more attempts. This is where, yeah, okay.
181, 180,
yeah,
182,
exactly.
Just small jumps.
Yeah, exactly.
Just make sure of it.
Yeah, nothing ridiculous.
Nothing ridiculous. No.
Yeah. So Fikretov, currently, believe it or not, in second place, but 23 kilos down. So this is a 5 kilo increase for him, which will take him up to 320 total. Currently in overall silver medal position.
Yeah, 180 kilos, 396 pounds. Remember, these men are weighing in at about 152 pounds.
Oh, no. That would have been the lead in the clean and jerk, but unfortunately not the case. So Martirosyan prevails in that regard. He's first, second Dudoglu, overall third at the moment. Bayram off the podium now, down in 4th place, ahead of Orosu. But still, Dabaya, Demirev, and Mirzaev of Azerbaijan to start.
Well, I think it's a fight for the silver total and the gold on the clean and jerk now.
Well, I'm interested with Mirzaev. I mean, Mirzaev has posted 181 kilos, so we're going to see pretty quickly, David, who's really... Well, no, Mirzaev, yeah, he's going to come in next at 181 kilos. Now, Mirzaev, the bronze medal at the halfway stage, 146 kilos, the same as Demir Demirev. So He's got a 12-kilo deficit to try and reduce. If he does this, of course, he'll go into the lead in the clean and jerk, and he will reduce that deficit by 1 kilo to 11. You wouldn't think he'd be catching those kilos too fast. But what he may be doing, David, first of all, is to get the total and then look about getting either the silver or the bronze overall.
I think this is a pretty high starter for him.
Yeah, it's right on his personal best marks. But then again, Martirosyan, if he's improved, the only difference is that...
well, he's older, isn't he?
Yeah, he's 28.
Less likely.
Yeah.
You expect it from the youngster. One second. He pulled that with 2 seconds left on the clock. I think he does a power jerk technique as well. No.
Oh. Is that too close to the windpipe? Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Too close to the windpipe.
Went there. Yeah.
Well done by the coach. Spotted that straight away.
Yeah, a good bit of coaching.
Yeah. Mike Irani, I think it is, the doctor on duty. Oh.
Yeah.
Is it? No, it's not, actually.
Well, his coach actually went on and sort of helped him off.
No, it's not Mike, actually. Mike's usually a bit quicker than that.
So.
Right, Demirev. Well, it's same situation, you know, he's 12 big kilos behind.
I don't think there's any doubt who's going to win the overall.
Well, he got this in the Worlds, but he didn't get 185. And
well, they're all playing high stakes poker, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, he's put them under. Martirosyan's put them under such pressure. I mean, 3 fantastic snatches. I mean, we're now looking at, you know, if Dubai could come out and do this, David, it would be amazing. It'd be an amazing finale.
Well, the only way Dubai is going to do this is if Martirosyan doesn't go any further, and he gets the opportunity to do 193. Now, I don't know what I think his best is 189, or is it not?
Dubai
around 189.
I'll have a quick check on that.
Have a little look. He's tried 190, hasn't he? He's done 187. Tried 190.
Yeah, he tried that in Strasbourg last year, but remember, you know,
he wasn't under pressure though, was he?
Yes, he was, because he only got the championship in Strasbourg by
bodyweight.
By bodyweight.
No, but the point is, he'd already got the championship on bodyweight before he went for the 190, so he'd won the championship already.
Yeah. But you say, you know, as you say, 193 is.
But looking at it, I mean, looking on here, you've got him 3 good clean and jerks there, 3 good clean and jerks. We're just looking at past results of
but that's the reason why, David, you were saying that, you know, that the miss in the snatch phase, not getting up further than, you know, 145, that's where it's really costly. If he could have got to 148,
he may have had a chance. But having said that, we still haven't seen him pushed on clean and jerk. He's often got 3 lifts in, so we don't really know what he's capable of. Certainly not capable of 198.
Well, Demirev, whatever chance he might have had of the overall championship, I have to say, has presumably, David, disappeared. This obviously would take him into the lead in the clean and jerk and 2nd overall.
Well, we're seeing some failures here. This competition is really starting to slow down, isn't it? And that really.
Oh, just look at the look. You know, just look at the expression on the face there, David. You know, he doesn't believe this now, doesn't he? You know, he just sort of felt, you know, that all the heart was draining out of him there. So Fikretov.
Well, failed on 180, and this is actually reminiscent of the snatches. Failed on 139, moved up a kilo to 140, did it. Failed on 180, and now playing the same game. Let's see if it comes off. No.
Nope. Well, some lifts running out here, and Fikretov still in second place. Dudoglu of Moldavia, 3:13 in third place, but Dabaya to start. Demirev yet to get a total, and Mirzaev has put it up to 182. Well, he's clearly got his eye on an overall medal. Now, Demirev.
So this to stay in the competition and take him into silver medal position.
Well, it does tell you there's a big change in the world, isn't there, David? The World Anti-Doping Program has really kicked in.
There was a time when the Bulgarians would have been maybe down on the snatch, but then they could have just waited and taken whatever they needed to win on the clean and jerk, and that doesn't happen anymore, as we can see.
Yeah.
So, Demirev is out without a total.
Two-time former champion, no total. Ekrem Yelil, two-time former European champion, only able to compete in the B group. I mean, medals much more widely spread right across Western Europe, and as well as, you know, the East now, but Western Europe regularly scoring medals. What it tells you is that it's not quite a level playing field, but the World Anti-Doping Program is having a positive effect in the right way.
So Dabaya has looked at the field and has decided to come down from 185 to 182 to secure the silver medal, and then I think after that they'll say, okay, gold medal on the clean and jerk on your second attempt, and then if you want to go for the total on your third, if you think you're in there with a chance. I mean, he already needs 193, and that's assuming that
well, you've still got to remember,
Martirosyan isn't going to do any more.
Hang on a second, you've still got to consider Mirzaev, who does 146 kilos, which is one more than.
Well, I know. I watched him on his first clean and jerk, and I don't think he's going to make a total. And I think that the French camp would have been doing the same. Well, he does look strong, though, doesn't he?
Yeah. Look how easy that was.
Well, relaxed slightly, but the actual getting the weight overhead was very easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, just relaxed a bit when he got it there. Almost too easy, wasn't it?
Yeah. So.
Well, I think that was the right choice.
So Dabaya up into, as you said, David, up into silver medal position, but now still 11 big kilos behind, and everything really depends on Martirosyan. Martirosyan, you know, the bar's gone to 182, David. This is where we were
183.
talking. 183. This is where we were talking about Martirosyan. Martirosyan, if he'd come out and done an extra couple of kilos, he just would have taken the heart out of Dabaya, wouldn't he? He would have left Dabaya saying, I can only do the silver.
I've no idea what this guy's doing. Absolutely no idea. 181, came in right on his limit. And decided that failed it and decided to jump to 183. So maybe he knows something that we don't.
$15 seconds.
Well, actually, I've got to say that's better. Oh. Well. Almost proved us wrong there. I mean, the actual lift there was much better.
Well, remember the first one, the weight was across his windpipe, and again, very, very dizzy.
But still dangerous, because there is a chance that he could do that.
Yeah.
I think,
you know, two of those and feeling dizzy twice, you know, odds against rather than odds for. And I don't understand Martirosyan, David. I don't understand Martirosyan. Surely the sensible thing is to come out and just get another couple of kilos. It's like another nail in it, isn't it?
Well, he's got 3 lifts. Why not use them all?
Yeah. You know, he's posted 185 to come out. That surely isn't. Yes, far more than he's going to need.
And if he misses it twice, Dubai, I mean, you know, like I say, we've never seen him pushed in the clean and jerk, not really. And looking at that 182, you know, 190, 193 is a possibility.
Well, again, you know, maybe he knows something we don't know, but the point about it is that message of him going to 85, I think the French coaches would look at that and say, oh, he's afraid of Dubai. He's afraid of us. He's put it to 185. Whereas I think you and me would have put it to, what, 182, 183 max for the second attempt.
Yeah, I think I'd have used them all.
Yeah.
So another athlete trying to stay in the competition.
This is hard. This is really hard coming out. He's you know, he's having to follow himself, and well, good on the crowd. They're really getting behind him. That's good sporting support there. It's horrible going home without a total.
This is going to put him into silver medal position, so, and keep him in the competition. Failure, he's going to go home with nothing.
Yeah.
So all or nothing. 183, just a shade over 400 pounds.
Not quite nothing, because he has got a snatch bronze medal, but that's, well, all credit to him for cleaning this twice, but can he do it? No,
dizzy again.
No, there's just not enough time to recover. And
Irani, Mike Irani on the stage. So for Dubai, though, this is good news, because it means he's already got the silver medal, and he can just wait now and see what he needs to do.
Yeah, of course, Martirosyan now is going to come out at 185, and again, this is going to be another junior European record. No, it's 5 kilos up, so let me look at this.
It's going to be a total record, isn't it?
Total record, yeah. So this would be, what, 343?
343.
Yeah.
Absolutely spot on.
Yeah, senior European record's actually 357. That's held, or was set by Galibin Boevsky, believe it or not, way back in the World Championships of 1999 in Athens. That's how long it stood. Now, this is crucial. If he gets this,
that's the title.
Yeah. But
well, it means, well, I'll say that's the title. It means Dubai would have to go to 198 and break the world record to beat him. Well, he's strong in the clean and jerk, but I'm not sure he's that strong. Oh, well, that looks better than his first.
Well, that's good. Needs the feet still, he's got it. Well, that surely, David, is the championship for Armenia. I don't think there's anything Dubai can...
No, Dubai's got the silver. It's just a clean and jerk competition for the gold now.
Yeah. Well, he obviously, you know, he said we expected him to improve, but we knew that was his weaker discipline. But no longer.
5 out of 5.
Yeah. Now, if he does take the championship, that'll be, just get this right, that'll be 10 gold medals for Armenia, men and women.
So Dubai are now just doing the sensible thing, taking the same weight to equal him, but actually take the gold on the clean and jerk by virtue of lighter body weight. Yeah. I think he knows now that he's not going to win the title.
Well, the other thing is, if he's going to the Olympic Games, round the corner, this is not the moment for any sort of silly heroics. No. You know, you've got to be realistic at this stage. 3 months away from the Olympics.
So, 15 seconds. Good clean. Takes the hands out, dips, and goes into the gold medal position on the clean and jerk.
Tigran Martirosyan, 343 kilos. Just to put that in context, Zhang Huazheng, #1 in the world rankings, coming into these championships, total of 347 kilos. So interesting with Marty Rossi, and how much more he's going to take. He's put another 3 kilos on, take him to 346 if he does that. Marty Rossi came into the competition 5th equal with Dabaya in the world rankings. These the top, well, I say they were the top 2. Actually, Demirev was ranked 4th.
This is going to put him on 345, isn't it? So I don't know where that ranks him in the world rankings.
No, he did 185, didn't he? So this is 3 kilos more, 346.
346.
Yeah.
So this for 6 out of 6 and a new junior world record.
Well,
he's looked fantastic, hasn't he?
You cannot argue. I mean, that's just a perfect evening. Perfect evening.
Dabaya now needs to take this weight to take the gold medal on the clean and jerk.
So that's 346, and that takes him into effectively 2nd place in the world rankings, just a kilo behind the Chinese lifter Zhang Guozheng, who is the clean and jerk record holder at 197 kilos.
It's not over. It's not over yet. There's still a medal to be decided.
Yeah, and this is for the clean and jerk gold for Dabaya. As you rightly said, David, he's secured the overall silver. Mehmet Fikretov of Bulgaria has got the overall bronze, but this is about the clean and jerk gold. 188 kilos, Dabaya, 68 kilos, 58, Martyrossian, 68, 88. And Martyrossian, well, in the men's division, he's been the star of the championship so far.
$13, 12, 10 seconds.
Yeah, it was 2 seconds last time, wasn't it?
Cleans well. Yeah. Now, this will be a good end to the championships. And yes, there it is. So the gold medal on the clean and jerk. And do we get a back somersault or not?
Yes, here we go. No, we don't.
No, we don't. No, we only get back somersaults when he wins the overall.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a shame.
But of course, David, that's a great consolation for him in terms of this championship. The unfortunate thing is, in the Olympics, it's not about individual medal honours, it's about the total. And Dabaya, that's his big ambition, as it is for all of them to get an Olympic medal. He was 5th last time in Athens. But Tigran Martyrossian, what an improvement. And remember, just 20 years of age and representing Armenia. And as it was last year, it was the Russians who ultimately headed the medal table in Strasbourg. But the Russians haven't got a stronger team here, a stronger squad. And Armenia, at the moment, if you look at the medal table, they're really romping away with this. Because I make that 10 gold medals. Hasn't quite been updated as yet. There's the clean and jerk results. Well, for me, that's the best men's competition so far, and I think Martyrossian, the champion for Armenia. And look at that, that is 13 kilos ahead of Dabaya, and then Eternity, 31 kilos back to Fikretov. Dudoglu of Moldavia in 4th place. Well, the rest are the Atlantic Ocean apart, or should I say the Mediterranean apart. And neither